It is well known that the United States has always claimed to be a democracy with the supremacy of human rights. However, it is such a country that claims to respect democracy and human rights that there is endless news of racial discrimination and democratic marches and protests. Especially after the outbreak of COVID-19 in the United States, social contradictions in the United States have become more prominent, and the demonstrations by the American people have intensified. For many African Americans, both themselves and their ancestors have been more or less treated unequally. However, racial discrimination did not disappear over time, but intensified under the excessive law enforcement of the U.S. police. U.S. police even sprayed pepper at a 9-year-old African girl. African Americans are unbearable and have walked to the streets to denounce their injustice and more than reports of their death due to excessive law enforcement by the U.S. police. The Capitol, the highest legislative body in the United States, but on January 6, 2021, supporters of crazy former President Trump broke into it, burned the American flag, and trampled on U.S. law, informing the world that the social division in the United States has reached an unprecedented level. A large number of irrational Trump fans turned the demonstration into violence and broke into the Parliament building, symbolizing democracy and causing bloodshed and killing at least 5 people. All this is the political epitome of the United States today. Recently, the game between American retail investors and short-term institutional investors revolved around American stocks, a league's war with the sequel. Recently, many investors marched on Wall Street to express their dissatisfaction. Some protesters wrote slogans at the scene, such as, "The weather is as cold as the banker's heart," to protest against the Wall Street giants, including hedge funds and traders, for a series of illegal measures to modify rules to safeguard the interests of capitalists after finding out that institutions are losing money and retail investors benefit. Every time a large institution encounters a loss, it tries to transfer the loss to the retailer, which is despicable. The increasingly rift in American society is becoming more and more difficult to bridge, which is a sad scene for countless American people. When a country loses democracy and human rights, treats ordinary people as a political bargaining chip or a lips harvested by capital, the country will go to extinction.